Hello to my Aquarius. Hello to my Aquarius. If you all celebrated Easter or Resurrection Sunday, hopefully you all had a great weekend. This is for your upcoming week. All right. Hopefully wherever you were, the weather was beautiful. Hopefully you all enjoyed the weather wherever you were, Aquarius. Sending lots of love and light your way. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let us get into it, Aquarius. All right, to my Aquas. Let's do it. See what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let us see what's in your cards, Aquarius. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. All right, so we had a full pink moon in Libra. Libra is rules seventh house, right? Rules seventh house, right? And again, we had a pink moon. We had a full pink moon, right? This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description, right? So, seventh house seventh house rules marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, and also enemies, right? So Libra is an air sign, just like you are. It's an air sign. It's the justice card, right? So that would mean any legal matters, even spiritual legal matters, anything surrounding peace, making decisions about things, any indecisions about things, romance, partnerships in business, partnerships in love, balance, imbalances, any of those things, right? It connects us with the element of air and heart chakra. Heart chakra is the basic need for heart chakra, just in general. The basic need is to love and to be loved. And I think that's just possible for every human being, to love and to be loved, right? But before that is you have the other chakras, the lower chakras. That is the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, and then heart chakra, right? So when you're, make sure I'm not going to edit that. But when you're learning about balancing out chakras, and I did put some information about auras on my YouTube, Instagram, all of that. When you're learning about auras, I have some information on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and then also the TikTok. Go look it up. So the first chakra would be the root chakra. That's the I am, right? I am. That's at the root. That's masculine energy, divine masculine. The second one would be feminine energy. That's the I feel. That's where your water. So root would be earth. The element of earth. That's the I feel. That's water, right? That's feminine energy, divine feminine. The third one would be masculine. That's the I do / I will, for those people who are writing your affirmations. And then the fourth one would be feminine energy. That's the air. I love, which is sort of the gateway. That's the head and heart sometimes are at war with each other. So you see, you got to get through those other ones before you get to heart chakra, right? That's the gateway, where your head and heart sometimes are at war with each other that's that entryway into the divine, the upper chakras. Then you have the fifth one, which is your throat chakra. That's what a manifestation is, right? That is masculine energy, throat chakra. And then we have the the sixth chakra. That's the third eye, brow chakra, right? Feminine energy. And then you have that seventh one. That's that crown chakra. That's the unified, right? Crown. You're helping people to address the crown, right? So you can't skip anything, right? But what happens if one of those are out of alignment, right? Until people learn, how to make sure everything is balanced. This is everybody, literally every human being on planet Earth. That's why when people stand in judgment of other energies, you know, how they love, trust, heal, gratitude, compassion, making the connection and forgiveness, who can stand in judgment of any other human being, right? That is why you don't want to be an enemy to yourself by having an out of balance healthy work-life balance, right? That's why I talk about, you know, making sure your sun sign and your moon sign, you know that they are equally as important, right? Let's get into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into your reading. So whenever you find that out, I don't care if you 18 to 80 years old, whenever you find out, when people stand in judgment, oh, you should have known that by now, or you should know this by now. Why should you? I mean, why should you know that by now? Like, for real. Why should you know that by now, right? So let's get into it. It's time to flourish. It's time to flourish. Yeah, because the opposite of flourishing is wither and die. There's some energies who just want you to wither and die. That is not your story. That's not going to be your story, Aquarius. It's not going to be your story. Anybody who just wants you to wither and die, they think it's your time to wither and die, Aquarius. You need to close out the cycle in love. In love. Forgive you, forgive them, and close out the cycle in love. Somebody forgave them for what they did to you. Forgave some people, you know. You trusted some people. You healed from some wounds that some people did to you. You have shown some people some compassion despite what was done to you. You've made some connections, you know, all of that. You made the connection between people who have done things to you, and you have decided to close out cycles and move on. You know, you've decided not to retaliate. You've decided not to use people as pawns and gain. You have moved on. You close out cycles. So there's a free will choice, right? So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. All right. Let's get an angel number. Let's get an angel number. Yeah. But again, basic need for heart chakra is to love and to be loved. So yeah, you made some choices. See, the justice card, you see that sword, the sword between those two bowls, right? Lets me know that when you're apart from people that you love, and you start making the connection between people from your past and your present, and people take that sword and do stuff to hurt you, Aquarius, and you start making the connection, like, wait a minute, these energies know each other and they choose to hurt you, Aquarius, people that you may have loved at one point, that you may have forgiven for things that they've done to you, and you've chosen to forgive them, but they have an opportunity to hurt you or hurt people that you love, Aquarius, and you make the connection with who they align themselves with to hurt you, even though you've forgiven them. So I'm just saying, you got to remember, Aquarius, that again, you're still the same forgiving energy. Here we have 3, 2, 1 boundaries. It's okay to set limits. You need to set a boundary. There are those who take too much, and your angels are reminding you that you don't have to let them. It's important to say no to what harms you. Think of a boundary that you can set today, then put it in place. You have the support of your angels. Yeah. You have the support of your angels. Boundaries. It's time for you to flourish. It's time for you to flourish. I have I'm sitting at 3, 2 and 1 is 3. I feel like because you inspire people to love, to vibrate higher into love and to forgive, Aquarius, I feel like if there are some energies who could have gotten away with some things, they would have. This right here. 3 in numerology is open. This open, right? Right. Remember the image of the number 3. is two wide open half circles facing to the left, gathering inspiration from the past, remolding it to manifest a new creation. Threes are born to inspire. They cast a spell just by being delightful, motivating others to act through their passion, enthusiasm, happiness, positive mindset, optimistic attitude, right? Something about like your passion, your drive, the fact that you love to travel, you love seeing the world. Threes love seeing the world. You have this innate creativity. You yearn for independence. You love defending the underdog. You're this advocate for animals. Some of you all have higher education. You like to feel a part of like higher ideals and philosophies that you cherish. You don't really succumb to depression or moodiness. You easily forgive and forgive others. Like somebody just won't succumb to forgiveness. Like even if people assume that you're going to succumb to depression, something is like you find something to inspire you. This is in terms of like as a humanitarian, you find something like, okay, just going to get you up out of the bed to become inspired by. This is a heart chakra, something you find, okay, you can find something, right? The challenging side of number 3 is a tendency to scatter or go off track, wasted energies, tired or out of alignment, not learning how to focus or specialize in one direction at a time, just being indecisive for days, weeks at a time, just kind of all over the place, right? So when I look at your cards here, I feel like there's some energies who felt like you were going to be you were going to lose focus on something. You were going to lose such focus on something that you weren't going to be able to set a boundary in some way, shape, form, or fashion. In other words, I feel like you're going to be getting some apologies, Aquarius. I feel like you want to get some apologies. It's time to flourish. It's time to flourish. It's time to flourish. It's time to flourish. You're teaching people how to love, but set boundaries and enforce the boundaries. In other words, you're learning how to close out cycles in love permanently. Close out cycles in love. You're learning how to use your sword. Let's get into it. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get right into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Some people just take way too much. They go way overboard. They go way overboard, Aquarius. Sword energy is not butter knife. It's not butter knife where somebody just scratch you. Sword cuts deep. Sword cuts deep. And when you let people just go way too far with hurting you all, Aquarius, maybe you all can handle the deep wounds. Maybe somebody has gotten used to being hurt so much that you almost desensitized to your own pain. But when it goes into maybe hurting your kids or maybe hurting, a spouse or your parents or something like that, maybe for you, maybe that's just a line where you finally say, okay, enough is enough. Where you finally say, okay, now you need to cut some people off for life. So I don't know what the story is to lay the cards out for somebody, but look, sounds like before I even lay the cards out, maybe it's time, like I said, for somebody to finally cut some people off for life, Aquarius. Maybe it's time for you to just say, okay, cut some people off forever. So that you can, like I said, the opposite of flourish is die and wither. Some energies wanted you to die and wither. Yeah. Here we have High Priestess. You've already gone through a dark night of the soul, right? Time to get off the fence and step into the light. Step into the light. Step into the light, Aquarius. Step into the light. Step into the light. You're a light high priestess. Enough of the going through the darkness. Stop going through the darkness. Sitting in the darkness. You become enlightened at this point. You become enlightened. Shouldn't be asking who anymore. Shouldn't be asking who. Source has already told you who. Shouldn't be asking motive, why, all this. Go back through your mind. Go back through your mind, your memory. Make the connection. Ace of Swords makes it, because we're still in a cycle that ends. We have a new cycle begins on the 27th of this month. We're closing out a cycle. We're closing out a cycle. Source is giving you downloads through your dreams. So when we close out a cycle, this is a time of winding down. This is a time of winding down. I've actually on my TikTok. So if you're new to my channel, on my TikTok and under my YouTube shorts, in the phase of this cycle that we're in right now, we're in last quarter moon phase, waning crescent moon. I do have a waning crescent ritual and also last quarter moon ritual that you all can do to close out the cycle. But this is a time where people should be winding down, really thinking about closing out the cycle. Rose-colored glasses are off. You should be seeing things very clearly as to enemies. You need to be making the connection. No more being an enemy to yourselves, Aquarius, being confused about who you've been in relationship with. And we're not just talking about romantic. We're talking about friendships, family, work relationship, another human being, right? Past, current, whatever, with yourself. Who sees you as an enemy? Who sees you as an enemy? It shouldn't be any question at this point. It shouldn't even be any question at this point. Going back through your memories, shouldn't even be a question at this point. Down to a point where even if you're on the road and you're driving somewhere, you should be on your way somewhere, and Source keeps giving you a detour. And you're like, okay, I was on your way somewhere, and you're making an emotional decision about something, and Source keeps giving you a detour. That's because Source is saying you're making an emotional decision to go somewhere when I have to keep reminding you that I removed you from a place, even though your heart may be in the right place. And let's say for instance, you are, let's say you had a past friend that really did something horrible, right, to you. Not to say that was your situation. I'm just creating something. Not to say that was your, maybe somebody may put a comment below. And let me as a side note, readings, the reason why you hear readers say take what resonates with you, because every reading is not going to resonate with you, right? Sometimes you hear readings that may resonate with somebody that you know. When you hear readings, sometimes it's meant for you to intercede on somebody else's behalf. Just have to add that part for somebody. Because sometimes you'll hear a reading and somebody else will say they're going through something. Like somebody here may say they had a dream that they're supposed to be cutting somebody off, a loved one off, and you could be thinking about this reading here or somebody else's reading. You're like, oh my God, I just heard a reading. And you may send this reading to somebody else. Okay, so that's why you hear readers say, okay, like, share, subscribe. You be sharing this reading with somebody else. But anyway, let's get back to the reading. So let's say somebody did something to you that was horrible, or somebody you know, horrible, right? But you just, and Source is saying, okay, you need to close out the cycle. You need to go ahead. It's time to go ahead and close out the cycle, because no matter You need to close out the cycle, because now you're almost like, no matter what they do, you keep thinking, you keep taking the high road. Almost like it's like no matter what they do, you just keep you know, so it says, I know you need to close out the cycle. You need to close out the cycle in love. You need to close it out. And so do you hear that something really bad has happened to them or whatever, and you on your way, but somehow, so, you know, you got all these detours, and you're like, oh, I'm keep trying to get to them, trying to physically get to them to try to comfort them, and you get all these detours. You can't get to, somehow you cannot get to them for whatever reason. You get all these, you know, like they put up the orange, like the detour signs, and it's in the GPS is taking you here, there. You trying to get here, you trying to get there, you trying to get to comfort, you know, somebody. And it's like you just can't get there, right? And on your journey, you're getting downloads, and so it's like, I don't want you to get there. Remember, I need you to close out the cycle. I need you to close out the cycle. So that may apply to you or may apply to somebody else. But you're having a breakthrough. You're going back through memories of something. You know, you're being reminded of something, right? So there's a delay for a reason. Source is reminding you of something during that time. So, you know, so here we have here's the Knight of Pentacles. So Source is letting you work, reminding you to work on yourself. You know, continue. You're a hard-working person, but Source is like, I need you to work on yourself in that area. I need you to work on yourself in your area, because your default is to take some kind of heart action where your head and heart are at war with each other. Like your default is to go do something for somebody. Like your heart is to just go do something, right? So it's like, I need you to work on that. I need you to go work on that. Right? I need to put some structure to it. I need you to go just pray. Just pray. I need you, you're a prayer warrior. I need you to just go pray. You're a prayer warrior. Your prayers and let Source handle the situation. I need you to pray. You're a prayer warrior. It's like, trust that Source is going to handle the situation. I need you to pray. I need you to pray for these energies, right? That thought you were just way too busy to notice something. I need you to pray for them. I don't need you to go save somebody. Some energies took an impulsive action thinking that you were going to be too busy. I need you to just pray for them. Whoever these energies are, as you're going back through your mind, right? I just need you to pray for them. They thought you was too busy working like a workhorse to even notice, right? I just need you to get in prayer warrior mode. That's it. That's it. That's it. They thought because you were an open book, and they getting all these ideas, you being an open book, they getting all these ideas, right? Because you have a youthful spirit, right? You're being transparent. You're an open book. They're getting all these ideas that you were going to be too busy to notice because of your transparency, right? I need you to be a prayer warrior. A prayer warrior. Just pray for them. That's it. That you were going to be asleep. You've already gone through, right? That you're going to be asleep, that you weren't going to notice anything, right? Right? So again, it's time to flourish. It's time to thrive, right? So I do see you thriving. Whatever anxiety that you were having, whatever anxiety that you were having about something is going to be going away very soon. But you definitely made a connection. Definitely made connections. Definitely made some connections. So. Definitely made some connections. When I say made connections, I mean like you connected the dots. That's what I mean. You connect. Okay, so I had to add a little bit more time here. So the devil card connects us with restrictions. It connects us with lust. It connects us with, obviously we know that the devil card is the author of confusion, but it connects us with, like I said, it connects us with restrictions. It connects us with lust. It also connects us with limitations, right? Connects us with limitations. Some energies thought that they were going to limit you while you were working, right? We're going to limit you while you were working. Just because you were an open book, people were getting all kinds of ideas. These energies were getting all kinds of ideas, thinking that you were just going to be, sleep, like you were sleepwalking, right? Right? But again, it's time for you to flourish. It's time for you to flourish. It's time for you to pull out the sword and cut some energies off. And whatever anxiety you were going through is coming to an end. So it's time for you to thrive, right? And work on yourself. And again, fill your water up. This is not necessarily a man, right? This is a person, right? This is you and your emotional intelligence, right? And emotional maturity. Something has brought you to now filling your water up, making sure your cup is full. You cannot pour from an empty cup sitting there overthinking something. You love some energy so much that you don't think that they would ever do anything to be so cold as to emotionally manipulate you while you're working. Be a shark to you while you're working. That something will sneak up on you while you're working. That somebody would do something to you while you're working. To drag you down so low, to do something emotionally that would drag you into something while you're working. So, source is saying to you, or be an enemy to you while you're working. So I see you here. We have the six of Wands here. So I definitely see you being victorious. This is the six of Wands here. So again, it's time for you to flourish. So yeah, so you get a lot of downloads, and you, like I said, you've already gone through enough dark times, Aquarius. And again, once you start getting dreams, downloads, and through your dreams, I need you to stop overthinking, and I need you to start journaling. Stop overthinking stuff and start journaling. Even if you think you're delusional, even if you think, okay, nah, I must be having somebody else's dream. Even if you think it's your even if you work with somebody, you think it's you're dreaming about them because you heard something, you think you're delusional. Still journal it, and say, okay, source, I need some clarity. I don't know if the devil is playing tricks on my mind. I don't know what it is. Just give me some clarity. So sometimes that's what it feels like. You don't know what it is. You don't know if you're picking up on somebody else's auric layer. That is the reason why I put how to cleanse your aura on, because sometimes you're so close to energies, you're literally absorbing their energy. And you could be carrying other people's energy on you. And sometimes you do need to cleanse your own aura so that you're not carrying other people's energy on you. That is why I put that on my my shorts, my YouTube shorts. Go check that out if you're new to my channel, my TikTok, and then also on Instagram. So go check those out. So you're not carrying other people's aura. Here you are working hard and people are pulling you into things. So yeah. So get some rest. So you can get some rest. Because the devil is very, very crafty. Very, very crafty. So people will think you the devil, and people think everything you saying, you them. So here's the so here we have the here's the 5 of Pentacles here. So I see you being more conservative with your time. And just kind of like who you are allowing into your when I say into your house, I'm talking about like who you're into your auric layer, okay? When I say auric layer, just so we're crystal clear, for those of you all who missed the when I was talking about like around you, like your tribe, the people around you, right? So the first auric layer would be the etheric body. This is the root chakra, right? So this is like the it extends 1 to 3 inches, you know, off of your physical body, like, and that's, you know, that's like that's about your health and your like your tribe, you know, your, you know, like, as well as your beliefs, you know, about your well-being, your beliefs about both, right? And that's including even loved ones, right? Because you don't know who they hanging out with. You don't even know who they hanging out with. And so they'll even they won't, if they don't tell you that they don't believe in it, you don't know who they hanging out with. So they could be carrying remember your aura is also your energetic fingerprint, right? That layer, right? So the aura is like an energetic calling card, right? So they may not have answered the call on their lives. So here you are answering a call on your life. You're trying to answer the call in your life, right? So it's time for you to flourish. You don't even need to overthink it at this point. You need to answer the call in your life. I mean, you're answering the call in your life, right? Somebody is a light high priestess. You've already gone through enough dark times. You've already gone through enough dark times in your life. I see somebody being, and this is what you're working on. You're not even going to overthink something anymore. You're not even overthinking it. You're just being more conservative with your time. Here's the 2 of Cups here. I see a lot of your wishes being fulfilled, right? I see a lot of your wishes being fulfilled. A lot of your wishes being fulfilled because you are a prayer warrior. But, yeah, see a lot of your wishes being fulfilled because you are setting boundaries and enforcing them. This is the 8 of Wands here. Yeah. And you're very focused. Laser focused here. Laser focused. Quick progression of something. Here's the 3 of Wands here. Something happened quickly. Something happened like really fast. I'm not sure what happened fast, but something happened fast. So I guess I remember time is relative, but it looks like something happened fast. But it's a quick progression. Something happened fast. Your prayers, maybe your prayers were answered fast, because I feel like somebody was able to, you know, like maybe your prayers happened fast, but because I feel like somebody's a prayer warrior, like just you're very structured and authoritative, but I feel like you may have prayed for something and it happened really fast. So yeah, maybe you prayed for something and your prayers were answered really, really fast. But again, it's time for you to flourish. I feel like somebody is so structured and authoritative, it's no ifs or buts. And it's not even it's your way or the highway, because I feel like you have been an overgiver. I feel like somebody has been an overgiver to a point, like, I feel like it's your transparency here that almost makes people think that I think it's almost in the reverse. It almost makes people feel like you're almost like naive to almost like a person is like, okay, this person is but that's what it almost feels like when you're operating in North Node, though. That's what it feels like for some of you all. Like it's like you're operating in North Node for you all. What I thought I saw 10 somewhere. Somewhere in your reading, I thought I saw 10. Where did I see that? Because that's North Node. 10 would be North Node. I mean, well, 10, well, 9. What's like it's on the cusp. Find out what your North Node is. Find out what your North Node is. Yeah, find out what your North Node is. But you were able to make some kind of connection between two energies. Who were karmic ties, who lowered your worth and who lowered your value and lowered your money. Lowered your money. 7, 6. Yeah, they were paid to do it, but you'll be getting some money. You'll be getting some money back. Money is coming back to you. And again, that's another wish fulfilled for you, because again, I do feel like somebody has prayed, for your money. Somebody could have been almost out of money at this point. Looking at your cards here, somebody maybe saying, oh, phew, finally some money coming through for you. But two karmics have really played a role in significantly lowering your money. They've definitely been on some demon time. So it is time for you to flourish. So you be getting an apology from some energies. But yeah, I see you also in hermit mode. Where source is really enlightening you, like really enlightening you on or maybe re-enlightening you on some things. Like maybe re-enlightening you on some things. Yeah, like when you're apart from people, like re-enlightening you on some, some enemies that like just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, letting you know some things. Like really helping you to make some connections of like helping you to make even more connections of how like how people hold on to stuff. Like this is the first sign in the zodiac, but bringing it all the way back around to the opposite of this would be Pisces. This is the last sign of the zodiac. So source is bringing everything about full circle, like literally from like bringing everything full circle. Like source is going to expose everybody who saw you as an enemy, like literally everybody who saw you as an enemy, both in your personal and your professional life. Source is going to expose everything. When I tell you source is going to take you all the way back. So when source is going to put you in hermit mode, source is going to connect all of the dots. So there's no stones will be left unturned. Source is going to connect all of the dots. So get your mind ready. Get your mind ready. Source is connecting all of the dots. Connecting all of the dots. So when you sit down and be more meticulous with just like, get your journal out. Yeah, here we have, I'm saying abundance and prosperity. Because again, it's going to be some energies that you just completely like, wow, just wow. Energies that you feel like, it's going to go back to what I said in the beginning, the heart chakra. Like I said, heart chakra. It's going to let you know that you've gone through enough dark times in your life that it's time to get off the fence and now you are enlightened. That's going to make you know that you are a light high priestess. And I'm talking to men and women Aquarius. They're going to have their side of the sword. You'll have your side of the sword, right? Their side for them will be valid. For your side of the sword will be valid as well. But guess what? For them, or on people that felt like they hurt them, it's going to be the same thing. But guess what? This is your reading. This is your reading for you. So, Close out the cycle in love. Get off the fence. Close out the cycle in love. They have their belief about you. You have your belief about them. That's going to close it out. Just close it out and move on with your life. Let them move on with theirs. That's the end of that. Authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. So everybody has their own path. Everybody has a purpose on planet Earth. You have your purpose. They have their purpose. And I'm talking about they, meaning everybody in your life. Everybody in their life. I'm talking about your family. Just when I say everything on planet Earth, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. Everything that Creator created on planet Earth serves a purpose. Okay? Everybody serves a purpose. So, serves a purpose. So it's coming. Hope is on the horizon in the face of challenges. Remember that nothing lasts forever. Trust in the universe has good things in store for you. So. The source is getting ready to take you through every single energy ever in your life. Every energy in your life. It's literally like sitting there listening to every energy in your life that had an opinion about their version of their life, like literally taking you through your book of your entire life and saying this is how they, their definition of how you love them and how they love you in your life. So, yeah, this is Lover's card. So some kind of a partnership in business and partnership in love is coming across your path. Looking at your cards here. And so, yeah, make a decision. Make a decision. Make a decision. In your, make a decision. Make a decision. A very clear and concise decision. Make a very clear and concise decision. Yeah. So you're going to feel very fortunate. You're going to feel very fortunate that things are turning in your favor, Aquarius. Very, very fortunate that some things are turning in your favor because here we have the Five of Swords. Yeah. You're seeing that you're on top of some things. That you're on top of some things as well, in your life too. Yeah, that you're on top of some things as well, right? That you're on top of some things here. Yeah, you're definitely on top of some things in terms of like generationally. Like you have some clarity or some kind of like you have some clarity in terms of like generation. This is a Pluto, by the way. You're on top of some things like in terms of like things is like in your family, some things in your family stuff, right? Whether it's good or whatever, however certain family stuff in your family. So you take that however you want to take it. Don't always go straight to the negative. Family stuff, you're aware of family stuff. I'll just put it that way. So Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's time to flourish. It is time to flourish. It is time to flourish. Time to flourish. But yeah, invite help. Invite divine. Yeah. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. All right. So have faith in your dreams and the end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, yeah, but have faith in your dream. End of a tough cycle approaches. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we have. Let's see. Let's see what else we have. I see the Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, right here. So I'm seeing independence, financial independence for somebody, for you and somebody here. Because I feel like you've done a lot of, somebody has done definitely a lot of work on themselves. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let me pull this one last oracle card here in the deck here. One last card here in the deck here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I definitely think that's it. Here. I definitely feel like somebody comes from a family, looking at your cards here, and this is not unusual though, but I feel like somebody comes from a family of people who have a family maybe of overgivers, like people who have really, really big hearts. Y'all know what I'm saying, Aquarius? Like people who may come from families who have like, who maybe see it as like, taking the high road, but it's like people who don't know when to stop over giving, where people take advantage of people who just give and give and give and give and give and don't know when to stop. So when you finally stop giving, people look at you like you got an eyeball in the middle of your head. So care. So number 12. So wrap in, okay, echoes of the heart. Wrap an invisible cloak of love around you and share your kind words with all. Take care in the words that you speak and choose, for they build your body of and life form. Feel the gentle wind that works your words of love to shape your life into beauty. All cultures and faiths speak of angels, messengers, guiding spirits, all subservient to the Creator. These words are heard in your thoughts, but manifest most profoundly in your heart. So yeah, 12. Yeah, so care. Echoes of the heart. All right, so that is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. All right. Yep, so that's what I have for you. That is what I have for you all, Aquarius. Yep, I think that's it. So again, take only what resonates with you, but remember, take what resonates with you. Sometimes when you listen to readings, and this is why you hear people say, take what resonates with you, right? If it doesn't resonate with you, you literally could be listening to someone else's reading as a prayer warrior. You could be asked by a source to pray, intercede on someone else's behalf, right? And if that's the case, and someone is telling you their story, and you're listening or holding space for that energy, this reading or another reader's reader, source could be putting it on your heart to share a reading with someone else. That's where you hear people say, like, share, and subscribe. All right, so there you go. Hopefully this is helpful. All right, here it is. Okay, bye.